Okay, as I mentioned before, I did that blocker exercise as a good citizenship exercise for horses to be tied and stand tied without pulling back and feeling uncomfortable and possibly hurting them. I like the blocker tie ring to train them and teach them to do that. The other thing I find for good citizenship is horses that are a little aggressive when it comes to feed. You put down the feed and they push you all over the place to get to the feed, and you don't want that to happen. They shouldn't be aggressive like that. You don't want to teach them that. And sometimes inadvertently people are teaching their horses by using positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. Remember, negative reinforcement is when we add something they don't like, asking for a response, and when they give us the response, we take the pressure away. Negative reinforcement, meaning we take that negative pressure away from them when they give us what they want in this step. And in this case, it's one step or two steps or whatever. Positive reinforcement is pretty much threefold. It's when you give them a treat, that's positive reinforcement. When you say good girl, verbal, that's a positive reinforcement as well. And then what happens a lot of times is with the feed, they try to discipline their horse because it's being pushy with the feed, and so they give them positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement at the same time, not realizing they're giving them positive reinforcement. So the horse comes up and pushes you for its feed. Sometimes they'll go up to him and they'll pet him, which is another positive reinforcement, and they'll say "bad boy," but with a tone that it's a good boy. So they'll say "you're a bad boy," and they'll pet him. Don't do that. Well, that's both positive reinforcement, which encourages them to continue to do what they're doing. So if you've got a horse that's a little aggressive, or you don't want a horse to become a little aggressive with food, what I do is I got my feed, and like you do with the dog, it's my feed until I give it to you. So I put down the feed and let her know there's feed there, and as soon as she goes for it, I back her up and say, no, it's my feed. And I stand over it, and it's my feed until I tell her she can have it. How does she know she can have it? Well, I'll walk away as the lead mare and say it's all yours. But it's all yours only until I want it back. So I come back up and I say, no, it's my feed. Now, if you see them pinning their ears back and saying, no, I'm going to take it back, then you just reinforce that, the negative reinforcement, and put it back, put it back, put it back, and say, no, it's mine. And that's their place. And when I'm done with the feed, I'll back away and say, okay, it's all yours. And this little simple exercise will prevent a horse from becoming food aggressive. I hope that helps a little bit for anybody who's got a food aggressive horse.